Hello friends, welcome to this session on time, speed and distance. In this session, we'll continue with our discussions on races on linear tracks, and in this particular session, we'll look at the concepts when the races are between a length of a track, that is to and fro motion between a given length of a track. So to start with a few concepts here, so let us see how does the that race works out. So suppose there are two. This is a race track PQ. P is the one end of the racetrack and Q is another end of the racetrack. So, and there are two persons, say A and B, right? A and B, both starting from this same point P, both moving in direction from P to Q. Now, what happens? Both are starting the race on this track from the point P towards Q. Let us for a moment assume that the speed of A is greater than the speed of B. So what will be the track which A will be following? So let us suppose in red ink I draw the track of A. So A goes like this, right? And after reaching the end here, he will turn back and comes back here. Then again he will turn back from A towards Q, from P to Q, and then this fashion, this the running goes on, right, for A. Whereas for B, if I draw the track of B, it's also between P and Q on the same. So what happens? P also starts from A. So suppose P, I draw here only. I mean, just to so so in the dotted blue represents the running of B. So what happens from P point P, B starts and then goes to Q, then turns back, and then again. So the dotted blue is the track of B. So now see what happens here. A few things, and this is also in this direction, right? This direction. No, now since A is faster, so A is faster. So what happens when A is faster? So by the time A has, say suppose reached here, in the same time B was managed to reach here only, right? For the, so they meet here at this point. The first meeting happens, right? So the first meeting happens because since A is faster, so A runs on the way from P to Q, then turns back. While returning, P me, B A meets B at this point. Let this point be M, right? First meeting point, meeting one, and then again what happens? If I draw after meeting, A continues the track. I mean his motion, and after meeting B also continues his. So what happens now in the second meeting? What will happen? Second meeting after, say suppose covering here, let's say they meet here while A was coming back in this direction and B in this direction. So suppose let's they meet here, right? This is M2. So can we see now for M1? Let us see M1. What happens? M1, if we can trace the this total distance, A has covered this distance and B has covered this distance. I will draw a fresh. For A, let us say suppose A runs this way and here meets B. Meanwhile, B started from same point and meets here A. So what is the total length, total distance covered by A plus B together? So nothing. I mean, if the total distance PQ is D, so can we say that by the time they meet for the first time, they have in together they have covered a distance of 2D. This one is D and this one is D, right? From here to here. So that is what the first concept is, that when they are starting from the same point and when they are running to and fro between given points, so first meet they have total cover a distance of 2D. Now for the second meet, let us see what happens. For the second meet, from here B will continue and then turn back this way, right, to reach P. And A was going this direction, A will go this way, and so suppose meets B here. So let this be second M2. So again we can say total distance covered between point M1 and M2 is what? A has covered this much distance and B has covered the distance in blue, right? So again the total distance is D and D2D. So from here we can generalize that in every subsequent meet, between every two subsequent meeting, the two runners together will cover a total distance of 2D, right? So every meeting, between every meeting, two runners together will cover total distance is equal to 2D, where D is the length of the track, running track, right? So this is the first thing. Now just another case, and this is the case when race starts simultaneously from same point, right? Now the second point case, when race starts simultaneously but from opposite end. So let us again draw this. Let this be the track PQ. Here A starts from P and B starts in opposite direction towards P from Q. So A and B are opposite, starting from opposite ends and running towards each other. So what will happen? For the first meeting, let us trace the meeting. A will say, suppose A being faster covers the maximum of the distance, and meanwhile B starts from point Q and covers this distance. So together for the here is the first meeting M1. So what happens? Together distance covered is what? This is the length of the distance D. So for the first meeting, distance covered is D. Now for the second meeting, what will happen? B will continue his race towards P and then will turn back, right? And meanwhile, after meeting at M1, A will also continue his distance, his race towards Q, and after reaching Q, will turn back. Say suppose they meet here. This is M2. So now see, from point M1, this is M1 till M2, the total distance covered is what? Again 2D. Now it's 2D. D top here and D in the bottom part of the race, right? So 2D. So from this, thus we can conclude that when the races are starting simultaneously from the opposite end, the for the first meeting total distance covered will be D, but for every subsequent meeting thereafter, they will be covering a total distance 2D among themselves. That is, the two runners together will cover 2D distance after the every subsequent meeting after the first meeting. So that is what basically in, and this we have seen actually pictorially how the things actually evolve out. So now the same thing I have written here, that is a two bodies starting from the same point and moving in the same direction. Then For every meeting, the total distance covered by the two bodies will be 2d, where d is the distance between the extreme points, right? And the first point says the relative speed is s1 minus s2. So this is quite intuitive also. I mean, nothing to explain much. Like, see, when both are starting the race together here, so till the time they are moving in the same direction, their relative speed will be s1 minus s2. As and when the one or the runner changes the reverses the direction while the other is moving in the same direction, then they will be running in opposite direction. In that case, it will be s1 plus s2, right? So it's very simple. Now, in the second case of two runners moving in opposite direction, so that we have seen that for the first meeting, the total distance covered by the two bodies will be d, right? The coverage of the distance is in the ratio of their individual speeds, that is fine. Thereafter, as the bodies separate and start coming together, the combined distance to be covered is 2d. That is for subsequent next meetings. Between every next meeting, they will be covering a total distance of 2d, right? So that is the net summary of what we have studied so far. Now I'll take a few examples to build upon that concept, and then we'll get further into some difficult concepts here. So the first example says two bodies A and B start from opposite ends P and Q of a straight road. That is, say this is a straight road PQ, and two bodies start from opposite ends of a straight road. They meet at a point 0.4d from P. Find the point of their 11th meeting. So now what happens? There are two bodies A and B. They are moving towards each other, right? So suppose A starts from here and B starts from here, and they meet here M1, and this is what, this is at a point 4d, that is point 4d. So this section becomes point 6d, whereas d is the total distance between P and Q. Now this is the first meeting. So what can we deduce here? That A has traveled from P to M1 and B has traveled from Q to M1, right, in the same time. So can we say speed of A upon speed of B, since they have covered the their respective distances in the same time, so ratio of speed will be ratio of distance, right? So here it will be Pm1 upon M1Q. I'm writing very minutely here with a very basics. So now PM1 is nothing but 0.4d, that is 0.4d, and M1Q is 0.6d. So this becomes 2 by 3. Speed of A is to B is 2 by 3. Now after this, so therefore we can say the ratio of a speed of A is to B is nothing but 2 is to 3. Now question is, find the point of the 11th meeting. 11th meeting. 11th meeting. So total distance run by both A and B together till 11th meeting will be what? This we have seen. Since they are starting from opposite ends, the first meeting will be D, and the next subsequent meeting will, for every next subsequent meeting, then be covering 2d distance between them. So that becomes 2d, and there will be 10 more meetings, right? So it becomes 21d is the total distance covered. So in between, together they have covered a total distance of 21d. Now we have to see what distance A has covered, and of this 21d what distance B has covered. So since they have been running, they started together and they will be meeting for the 11th time together, so time is same. So the ratio of distances covered by each will be in the ratio of their speeds, right? So that is what, so 21d will be divided in the ratio 2 is to 3 between A and B. right? So distance covered by A will be what? That is 2 by 5 times 21d. So this becomes 42d by 5. That is 8 whole 4 by 5d. So this is the total distance covered by A. Now we have to find, and at the end of 11th meeting they have together covered 21d, so they will be meeting here, right? So after covering a distance of 21d together, they will be meeting. So by that meeting I mean till that meeting DA has covered a distance of 8 whole 4 by 5d. What does this mean? It means that 8 round he has completed. By one round I mean from P to Q is one round, Q to P is another round. So he has covered 8 round. What is 8 round? I mean from P to Q is first round, Q to P is second round, again P to Q is third round, right? So this is first round for A. Second round, third round. So basically 8 whole 4 by 5 means that A is in ninth round. After having completed 8 round, he has entered into ninth round. So ninth round will be all the odd rounds are from P to Q. So ninth round will be from P to Q, right? And he is meeting at a distance of 4 by 5d. That is, this point is say suppose point 0.8d, right? He is meeting at point 0.8d. So find the point of their 11th meeting. So that will be, sorry, this will be 2 by 5 here. 5 8 is 40, 2 by 5. So this becomes point 0.4d. Point 0.4d from P. So therefore answer would be, find the point of the 11th meet. So 11th meet is at a distance of point 0.4d from P. Let us cross check once again. Total distance covered by A will be, A and B is in ratio 2 is to 3. So 2 is to 3 will be dividing. So 21 into 2 by 5, 42 by 5. So that become 8 in whole 2 by 5. So that means this ninth round. Ninth round means from P to Q. So therefore the 11th meet will also be at point 4d from P. This is the answer to this question. So fairly simple one. I mean it should hardly take 3 to 4 seconds to solve this, just because I was showing this from very basics, what's the concept around. So I mean with these in background, it will be really, I mean if I see that it's point 4d, I get to know that the ratio of speed is in 2 is to 3. So therefore 11th meeting means 10 into 2 plus 1, that is 21 uh, d, and 21d, that we will divide in the ratio of 2 is to 3. So that means 22 by 5 into 21, that becomes 8 for 2 by 5. So therefore 0.4d from P. Now similarly question number 2 here, that Abdul and Bashit start simultaneously on a to and fro motion from P and from end P towards Q on a straight road. They meet at a point 9d from P for the first time. Find the point of their 14th meet. So let us draw this. This is a straight road PQ. Basit and Abdul, A and B, both start, Abdul and Basit start simultaneously from the same point, from P towards Q on a straight line. They meet at a point 9d from P, right? That is point 1d from Q. So now see, let us see here. Let us assume that Abdul speed of Abdul is greater than the speed of Basit, right? This, anything we can assume. Even let us assume Basit is more than Abdul. Any combination we can take. So what happens here? Now this is a further important concept here. If Abdul is faster than Basit and both are starting from same point. So right from the start of the race, Abdul will take a lead. So in the first round of Abdul will take the lead and he'll keep on building the lead. He will not meet Basit in the in his first round. Now after reaching Q, Abdul turns back, right? And meanwhile, Basit is coming from point P. So here they meet for the first time, right? M1. So this distance point this M1 has been given as 0.9d from P, which is 0.1d from Q, right? 0.1d from Q. So this is the first part of the statement. So from here, can we say that in the same time in which Abdul has covered a distance of PQ plus 0.1d, Basit has covered a distance of d minus point, I mean that is 0.9d. So speed of Abdul upon speed of Basit will be distances, ratio of the distances, that is d plus 0.1d upon 0.9d. Total distance is d, right? So that becomes 1.1 upon zero point 0.9, which is 11 is to 9 is the ratio. 11 is to 9 is the ratio. Now we have to find the point of their 14th meeting. So 14th meeting, total distance covered by the two together, Abdul and Basit together, till the 14th meeting will be what? Since they are starting from the same point, so it will be just first meeting will also happen after 2d. We can see this. This is d and this together is d. So 2d, and subsequent meeting will also be after 2d distance between them. So 14 into 2d, that becomes 28d. 28d together they have covered. So let us see how, individually how much they have covered. So that will be in the ratio 11 is to 9, right? Because both Abdul and Basit started together and they met for the 14th time also together. So in the same time, the total distance will be divided in the ratio of their speeds, right? So distance covered by Abdul will be nothing but 11 by 20 into 28. So this becomes 14 into 11 by 10, which is 115.5, 15.4 d, right? Small d. So what does this mean? That means by the time they are meeting for the 14th time, Abdul Iji has covered a distance of 15.4 d. Means he has completed 15 rounds. He has completed 15. I mean, this we can write as 15d plus 0.4 d, right? So means he has completed 15d. That is 15 rounds he has completed. 15 round means, and so he is in 16th round basically. 16th round means he is from Q to P. That is from Q to P he running in this round. So this point 4 means he, and so somewhere here he is meeting for 14th time and this distance is given as 0.4 d. He is meeting here as 0.4 d. So this will be 0.6 d, right? So where are they meeting? 0.4 d from Q or 0.6 d from P. Meeting 14th meet at 0.4 d from Q or 0.6 d from P. So how did we arrive that it's 0.4 d from Q? Because here the total distance covered by A is 15.4 d till the 14th meeting. 15.4 means P started from A, right? So it means that he has completed 15d and then additional 0.4 d. So by the end of 15d means, I mean, see, 1d means from P to Q. 2d, that is second round from Q to P. Therefore 15d on the odd will be from P to Q. So when he completes 15d, he is at Q. Now the remaining 0.4d means he has covered from Q to M4. That is 0.4d, right? So this way we can interpret and get the answer. Now moving to the next question, it says that Bunty and Babni starts on a to and fro race from opposite ends P and Q of a straight road. They meet first at a point 50 meter from P. If their second meeting happens at a distance 30 meter from Q, find the length of the road on which they are running. So similar problem. This is P and Q, a straight road. Bunty, let's say Bunty BN starts from P, and Bunty, that is BB, starts from Q. They meet first at a point 50 meter from P. So let this be the first meeting point M1, right? And if the second meeting happens at a distance of 30 meter from Q, this is M2. So this has been given as 50 meter and this has been given as 30 meter. And let us assume that the total distance is small d, right? To find the length of the road on which they are running, so we have to find d. So see, I mean, there are various methods. One, I mean, first is we can uh, take the conventional approach of assuming certain speeds and then move forward. But the very simple approach here would be, now see, for the first meet, total distance covered will be what? Since they are starting from the opposite end, they are covering a total distance of d, right? Total distance. And for the first meet, distance covered by Bunty Bn is what? For the first meet, Bn has covered 50 meter and Bb has covered certain distance. So here distance covered by Bunty will be 50 meter. Now second meet. Second meet happens after what distance? For the first meet, together they cover d distance. For the second meet, they will cover additional 2d. That is total will be 3d distance, d plus 2d. So when it is d distance, Bunty covers 50 meter, and the speed of both the race runners remain the same. So when the total distance is 3d, Bunty would have covered 150 meter, right? Would have covered 150 meter for the second meet. So it means that Bunty would have started from here. Bunty would have started from point P, reached point Q, and then turned back to come here and meet at point M2, right? And this total length is 150 meter. That is what is given. Of this is given as 30 meter. So what is the d? That length d. Then we can say that this is nothing but equal to d plus 30 is equal to 150. So from here we can say d is equal to 120 meter. Very, I mean, easy approach to solve question of this nature. So therefore we have obtained the answer to this part of the question. Now question 4, this is also a similar question with a slight variation. We will try to understand the concept here. It says that Hemant and Ajay start a two-length swimming race at the same moment but from opposite ends of the pool. Two length means to and fro, going to one end and then coming back. They swim in a lane and at uniform speed, but Hemant is faster than Ajay. They first pass at the point 18.5 meter from deep end, and having completed one length, each one is allowed to rest on the edge for exactly 45 seconds. After setting off on the return length, the swimmers pass for the second time just 10.5 meter from the shallow end. How long is the pool? So let us see. This is a similar problem what we solved in the previous question, example 3, with a slight difference. Here it says that, I mean, previous problem also first and second meeting points were given from the each of the end. First meeting point from the first end and the distance of the second meeting point from the second end was given. However, here one additional information has been given that they also wait at their respective ends for 45 seconds. So we'll see, does this extra piece of information make any uh, difference to our question? Now see, what does the question try to say? That Ajay and Hemant, let us first draw here, and that this is the deep end and this is the shallow end of a swimming pool of length d. So what happens? Small d. So from deep end, say suppose Hemant starts and Ajay starts from the shallow end. Nothing is given, we can assume anything, any combination. It does not make any difference. And Hemant is faster. So they first pass at a point 18.5 meter from the deep end. So let us suppose that they meet here. This is the first part. This is 18.5 meter. I draw again. So let us suppose they meet here. This is M1, 18.5 meter. And then after having completed and after meeting here, they continue their journey and reach their respective ends. Suppose after reaching their respective ends, they do not stop for 45 seconds. So what happens? We will, take the similar case as we saw in the previous question. As soon as they reach their respective ends of shallow and a deep end, they return back towards the other end. So in that case, and then swimmer pass for the second time, just 10.5 meter. That is, this is the second meeting point. This is 10.5 meter from the shallow end. So now this is same problem as we saw in the previous question. So what happened? Since here, so what are we doing? We are doing that since total distance was for the first meeting, total distance covered by Hemant and Ajay is for the first meeting is D, and distance covered by Hemant is 18.5, right? For the second meet, total distance covered by D by Hemant and Ajay would be 3D, 1D for the first meet and 2D for the second meet. And so therefore we can say DH, that is the distance covered by Hemant in the second meet, will be just 3 times this, 18.5 into 3, which is 55.5 meters, right? So 55.5 meters, that is, we can say that this is like Hemant started from here, reached shallow end, and then returned back and reached point M2. This is M2, and this has been given as 10.5, and total has been given as 55.5. So we can say D plus 10.5 is 55.5. So therefore D is nothing but 45 meter. So this part of the question we solved assuming that they do not stop here at D and S respective ends for 45 seconds. Now see, one fine uh, point I want to discuss here, that when I multiply this by 3, that is when the distance covered of the total distance, it is 18.5. So what does this 18.5 means? That is 18.5, this I try to cover here in this small box. So 18.5 upon D is nothing but the ratio of speed of here Hemant upon some of the speeds of Hemant and Ajay, right? That is what, in total distance D has to be divided between Hemant and Ajay, right? In the ratio of their speeds. So let that speed be SH and SA. So therefore this equation holds good. 18.5 upon total distance D will be SH upon SH plus SA, right? So therefore when it becomes 3D, so 3D will be divided in the ratio same fashion. So it will be, say suppose what is the distance, this X. So X will be what, the same ratio SH upon SH plus SA into 3D, right? And this is nothing but 18.5, this part is 18.5 by D, 18.5 by D into 3D. So this cancels out and 18.5 into 3 becomes 55.5 meter, right? This is what we did here. I mean, the theory or the logic goes like this. Now here is the speed, the average speed of Hemant and Ajay. when they do not stop for 45 seconds. Now suppose what happens. Now suppose that they both start from the respective deep and shallow end. Hemant starts from here, Ajay starts from here. They first meet here for M1, which is 18.5 meter, and then the second meeting happens at M2, which is 10.5 meter. And after reaching their respective shallow and deep ends at their respective times, they stop there for 45 seconds. So what will happen? What will happen here? Let us see for Hemant. Hemant covers a distance d at a speed of sh, and then covers a distance 0 at a speed of 0 meter per second, right? So here d at a speed of sh for a time set t, and here 0 distance at a speed of 0, that is resting for 45 second, right? So the average speed here will be what? Total distance average speed of Hemant will be total distance, that is d only, d plus 0 d upon total time will be t plus 45, right? Whereas in this case sh is nothing but d by t, but here average sh, that is, let this be sh dash, becomes d upon t plus 45. Similarly, average speed of Ajay, that is sa dash, will be d upon, say, t2, if this be t1, t2 plus 45, right, to cover the distance d. So now see again. So basically we can say that instead that h covers the distance ds, I mean the h starts from the deep end, reaches the shallow end. So this whole journey he covers at an average speed of sh dash, right, which is this much. And Ajay starts from shallow end, reaches the d end, then before till reverting towards s, he has covered that distance with average speed of sa dash, right? So now see, again now coming back to the question here, that is the first meet, total distance covered by Hemant and Ajay together is d. Distance covered by Hemant will be 18.5 meter at a average speed of sh dash, and second meet will be total distance will be 3d. So the what will be the average, I mean what will be the distance covered by Hemant? It can we now say that it will be x will be sh dash upon sh dash plus sa dash into 3d, and this is nothing but d upon 18.5 into 3d. Sorry, here it will be 18.5 upon d upon d. So this also is 55.5 meter. So now see, basically we get the same answer here also and here also. So it's not complicated. Basically I'm trying to explain the difference between two cases and why this stoppage of 45 seconds does not make any sense here in this question, because though the average speed changes, but since the distance average speed changes for both the persons, right? And and since the distances covered, all the distances covered are at the new average speed, and that average speed remains constant for the time. So that is what we wanted. We know that speed is constant, that speed is constant, though speed in this case is different than the speed in this case, but speed is constant here, right? So when the speed is constant, then we can basically distribute the total distance in the ratio of their speeds, and from there we can deduce that when, I mean, total distance d is covered between Hemant and Ajay in the ratio of the respective speeds. So the 3d will be again further in the same ratio, right? So as long as that ratio remains same, so we should not be worried about for what time they are stopping at what moment. So therefore here also it is 55.5 meter. So therefore D will be nothing but 45 meter. It is same answer. So to cut the long story short, basically whenever in this type of question, when there's a additional piece of information, when they stop for certain extra time, we should not be worried about that. We should take it as a, uh, case of a no stoppage, and just go by the simple method of a, as we have been doing here in this part or in the previous problem. So the answer to this question is 45 meter. Hope this was clear enough. Now we will move to a next question. The question reads that a pedestrian and a cyclist left Nagpur for Butibori at the same time. Having reached Butibori, the cyclist turned back and met the pedestrian an hour after the start. After their meeting, the pedestrian continued his trip to Butibori, and the cyclist turned back to and also headed for Butibori. Having reached Butibori, the cyclist turned back again and met the pedestrian 30 minutes after their first meeting. Determine what time it takes the pedestrian to cover the distance between Nagpur and Butibori. So the question is again quite simple. Let us see. Uh, there are 2 points. Let this be Nagpur and this be Butibori. So this is the 2 points here. Now a pedestrian and cyclist start from the same point, that is Nagpur, towards Butibori. Now cyclist having a faster speed reaches Butibori. So cyclists start from here, reach Butibori, and then turn back. While turning back, in the meanwhile, cyclist has pedestrian has also reached here, and so they meet here for the first time. That is M1, right? First meeting point. Now, after their meeting, the pedestrian continued his trip to Butibori. That is, the pedestrian continues his trip towards Butibori, whereas the cyclist, after meeting, reverses the direction, and from M1 he turns towards Butibori, right? Turns towards Butibori, and after reaching Butibori, again reverses the direction. That is, reverses the direction and meets pedestrian who was coming towards Butibori. Say at this point, let this point be M2. So now here time has been given. The first is that first meeting at M1 happens after, so let us say meeting at M1. So what is the distance covered by both pedestrian and cyclist till the point they meet at M1, till the time they meet at M1? That will be what? That is, since they are starting from the same point and the first meeting will happen after 2D, right? 2D. And the time taken is nothing but 1 hour. So that is 1 hour the duo takes to cover 2D. Now, for the second meeting, that is meeting at M2. But here we should remember that M2 after M1, what happens after M1, if this is M1 point, both starts towards the same direction. This is pedestrian and cyclist also starts towards this direction, reaches Butibori and then reverses the motion and meets here. Say suppose they meet here, right? So let this point be M2. So this is the meeting happening. So basically here what happens, if this is D1 distance, that is from M1 to B, M1 to B, say suppose D1, and total is D. So what distance is covered for M2 from M1 to M2? I mean, so that is nothing but 2D1, right? 2D1. They This is D1, and then again this top part also D1. So 2D1 is the distance covered. between the time they meet at M1 and till the time they meet at M2. So this 2d1 distance, and this takes a time of T2 of 0.5 hours. So now see here a direct relationship. The same at the, since they are moving at the same speed and similar setup moving in the same direction. So to cover a distance of 2d they are taking 1 hour. That is, in 1 hour they cover a distance of 2d. So in half hour they would have covered a distance of d. So therefore we can say that 2d1 is equal to d. So therefore d1 is nothing but d by 2, right? So determine what time it takes the pedestrian to cover the distance between Nagpur and Butibori, right? Butibori. So now see here. So now we will concentrate on the first meeting. First meeting. So at M1, right? So basically, what is the total distance covered? That is DPC, total distance covered is 2D. Of this distance covered by pedestrian and distance covered by cyclist. So they meet at a D1, which is just half of D. So cyclist has covered 1.5D, in the same time pedestrian has covered 0.5D. So therefore, speed of pedestrian to speed of cyclist will be 1 by 3, right? 1 by 3. So total time taken by pedestrian and time taken by cyclist will be just reverse 3 by 1, right? So we can say that to cover a total distance of 2D, right? So total distance 2D of that 0.5D here, right? So that is also not required here. Basically we can say that pedestrian has covered 0.5D, right? And that he has covered in 1 hour, right? That is what I have been given. The first meeting happens after 1 hour, and after and total they cover a distance of 2D. Of that 2D, 0.5D was covered by pedestrian and 1.5D by cyclist. So that 0.5D by pedestrian was covered in 1 hour. So to cover 0.5D in 1 hour, so 1D, that is the total distance from Nagpur to Butibori, that will be 2 hour, right? Just double. So 2 hour is the answer to this question. This was, I mean, just a conceptual question, and with a bit of a concept of this to and fro races on linear tracks. Here we use the concept that if they start from the same point, first meeting will be after the distance of 2D, right? So basically that is a major concept from this session. Otherwise, the usual proportionality concept of is time, speed, and distance, which we have learned in the first and second session, that has been made use of here. So now here another concept we will learn here, and on the again same to and fro races on linear tracks. So let us see what happens. This is a track here, A and B. Sorry, 2 points of a track, P and Q. There are two runners. One is the fast runner, another is slow runner, right? So fast runner, and both start from the same point. So the first meeting will be like fast starts from here, reaches Q, and then turns back. And in the meantime, yes, slow runner will meet here, right? M1. So now listen to me and look at the diagram here. What happens for the fast runner, since both are starting at the same time from the same point? So right from the time t is equal to 0, the fast runner will start bending a lead over slow runner. So in the first round of fast runner, by round I mean the distance pq, the first distance pq. So in the first round of fast runner, he will not meet the slow runner because from the starting point itself he has taken a lead. So he will not run, he will not meet. In the second round, that is from q to p, he will meet slow runner, right? So that is what is uh, the concept, that when the two runners are starting from the same point, the faster runner will not meet the slower runner in the first round, and in the second round they will meet, right? They will meet, they will cross each other. So basically, what we can deduce from here, that faster runner will meet the slower runner exactly once in each of the round, right? Now suppose in one of the round of the faster runner itself, so in the second round what happens, the faster runner meets at m1 and then continues his race towards s or towards p, and then again turns back, right? And suppose meets here. So here m1 after meeting at slow runner after meeting at m1 would have continued till q and then turned back and met the fast runner here at m2. So what we can see that in the subsequent every round of the fast runner, what is the round of fast runner? On the dotted lines there is only one meeting, right? Only one meeting. In the second round the meeting is at m1, in the third round the meeting is at m2. Similarly in the fourth round of fast runner there will be a meeting say at this location. In the fifth round also there will be certain meeting at say this location. So every round of the fast runner will have maximum of one meeting with the slow runner, right? Why maximum one? Because it will have exactly one meeting in on the round except for the round where both the runners are starting from the same point, right? So that is why I have used this term. When faster runner will meet the slower runner exactly once in each of his round except the round when they are at the same starting or the ending point, right? In that round they will not be uh, in that round faster runner will not meet the slower runner. So that is a very important concept here. This we will try to understand through examples also. Now let us see, this was the case when both were starting from the same point. Similarly, if both started from the opposite ends, so suppose fast runner starts from here, the slow one starts from here. So the first meeting will the first round of the faster runner will have a meeting, right? Slow runner they meet here at m1. So here what happens now, see, since both were not starting from the same point, and that is what it says, that faster runner will meet the slower runner exactly once in each of his round, that is each of the round of faster runner exactly once except for the round when they are at the same starting point. Here in the first round they are at opposite starting points, opposite ends, so therefore meeting will happen. As and when they both reach together at any one of the end, then the next round of the faster runner will not see any meeting. That is the only concept which we will make a note of. So that is the total meet. So from here we can say that total number of meet between A and B is what? That is number of rounds or laps of faster runner minus the meetings at what? The starting or the end point, right? At end point. Why minus? I mean, see, it should be read as the number of rounds of faster runner. The on the rounds of the faster runner will have one meet, right? But if the meet together at any of the ends, then they will start moving in the same direction for the next round. So that next round will not have a meeting, right? So therefore, I am reduced that. I have deducted that uh, point here. So this will be even more clear when we take some examples. But for a moment, we will try to note it down here. Now, see, this we have seen or try to understand in the context of the faster runner. The same can be understood in the concept of slower runner also, but that is a bit more tedious and not so. I mean, easily intuitive or comprehensible. So therefore, it's best that we always analyze this scenario in the term of faster runner, right? In the term of faster runner. And now there's one more concept that slower runner will meet the faster runner at least one in each of his round. Each of the round of slower runner. Why is it said so? Let us see. Now, slower runner will certainly meet the faster runner in all of his round, right? That we know. That if say suppose faster and slower, faster goes from here and comes here, and in the meantime slower comes here. First round it meets here. Now, if we assume that faster is more than two times faster than slower runner, that is the speed of faster runner is, if speed of faster runner is more than twice the speed of slower runner, in that case, in the same round of the slower runner, the faster runner may beat him twice, right? Twice. So that is why I have used the word at least once. Why twice here? Because in the since the speed of faster runner is two times more, more than two times the slower runner, so therefore by the time slower runner finishes the one round, faster would have completed two rounds or more than two rounds, right? Thereby there's a probability that faster runner could meet slower runner more than once in each one of the round, right? So that is another important concept, but I mean we'll not concentrate upon the slower runner thing. We'll always concentrate upon or look at the question or the problem from the perspective of a faster runner, but that is more intuitive, right? So and the questions on this actually appear, and these are slightly tougher in nature, and that appears mostly in JAT, and at times have also been featured in CAT. So it's important, and it's important that we make a note of the process that we adopt to solve the question of this nature. Now, here the third concept in this regard is the number of distinct meeting points between two runners in a to and fro motion. So here suppose there are there is a running track PQ, two runners, say suppose faster and the slower, are running over this. So they will meet, say this, suppose they continue moving to and fro on this track PQ. So they will be meeting indefinite number of times if they keep on moving to and fro, right? But that indefinite number of times they will be meeting, but the point at which they will be meeting on PQ, so that number of point, or sorry, the different locations over where they will be meeting, that is fixed, and that is finite, right? So what is that? What is that distinct meeting points where the two runners meet in a to and fro race? That is given by, so suppose speed of faster runner upon speed of slow runner in the simplest form. In the simplest form is, say suppose 3 is to 2, right? In the simplest form. So therefore the number of distinct meeting points is what? Number of distinct meeting point is 3. That is the speed of faster runner when expressed in simplest form. Next form. This we can remember also. This is important. This we can remember. Uh, and this I try to show here also how the things actually. I mean, why this formula or relation we are. I'm asking you to remember. That is because, say suppose there is a track of a length 600 meters. By an example, I will try to take this. So the first meeting, total distance covered is 2d if both faster and slower start from the same end, right? And let us assume that a ratio of speed is 3 is to 2. 3:2. So distance covered by faster runner will be what? That will be 3 by 5 into 2d. That becomes 1.2d, right? 1.2 into 2d is 1200. So that is 240, right? No, this will be zero point 0.6, right? So this becomes 720, 720 meters total the faster runner has covered. So 720 means 600 meter is from P to Q. So 120 meter from Q to Q towards P. That is 120 meter from Q, or we can say 480 meters from P. Right. This is the first meeting point. Second meeting point similarly will be what? 3 by 5 into, in the second meeting point it is 4d, right? 4d. So that will be, again I just calculate that this is 1440 meter. So this is again 240 meters from A, which is P, or 360 meter from Q. Third meet, again 3 by 5 into 60. This is 2160 meter. 2160 means what? 600 into 3 is 1800. So 1800 means by 1800 meter faster runner would be at Q, right? Would be at Q. So therefore 360, that remaining 360 meter from Q, or that can be written as 240 meters from P, right? Same as the second point. Now fourth meet will be what? 3 by 5 into 4d. So this will be 2880, I think 2880. So this is 600 into 4 is 2400, that is 480 meters from P, right? Same as the first meet point. And the fifth meet will be 3 by 5 into uh, 10d. That becomes 6d, that is 3600 meter. So this is at 3600 meters means this is at, I mean 600, 1d is Q, 2d is P. So all the even numbers will lie at P. So that is at P, right? So just at P. So there are three distinct meeting points, right? 480 meters from P, 240 meters from P, and 0 meters from P, that is at P. So only three distinct points of meet are there, right? Three distinct points of meet are there. So this we have derived here. So this can be generalized to all the uh, ratios. Here only thing we need to ensure that we will simplify the ratio of a speed in the simplest form, and then the higher of the two, numerator or denominator, higher of the two will be the number of distinct meeting points, right? So with these three basic concepts, what are those? The first point is that the total number of meet between A and B, between two part runners, will be the number of round or the number of nap which a faster runner has taken. Why? Because faster runner will meet exactly once in each of his round, right? But faster runner will not meet the slower runner in those rounds which starts when both the slow and the fast runner at the same point, right? So those cases we will subtract. So, and the second point is that number of distinct meeting points will be nothing but the higher of the ratio of the two runners when expressed in simplest form. So now question number 6 we will solve here. Question number 6 says that Nilay and Mukesh get into a 5 kilometer race on a racetrack of length 100 meter. Nilay, so now see here, 5 kilometer race on a track which is 100 meter long. Nilay takes 2 minutes to cover one round of track. One round means from one point to another point, right? So suppose this is track PQ. So this PQ from P to Q that becomes one round, and Mukesh takes 3.5 minutes. So same distance, the time ratio of time is given. So therefore, speed of Nilay upon speed of Mukesh is what? Inverse ratio of time, right? When distance is constant, the ratio of speed is inverse to the ratio of time. So this becomes 3.5 upon 2, which is nothing but 7 is to 4. So speed of Nilay to Mukesh is 7 is to 4. During the course of the race, whenever Nilay meets Mukesh, he gives a green card to Mukesh. So that is what is given, that whenever the two meets, Nilay gives a green card to Mukesh. How many such green cards were given by Nilay if they start the race from the same point simultaneously? So it's given that both Nilay and Mukesh are starting from the same point. Let us assume that they are starting from point P. And now, so see here, the ratio of speed has been given as 7 and 4. So how many such green cards were given? So green cards were given whenever they meet. So basically the question is asking how many number of meets were there between Nilay and Mukesh. So the question is to find, that is the find number of meetings between Nilay and Mukesh in the race of 5000 kilometer 5 kilometer. So now see here a very important thing. The race, when will the race end? Whenever one of the winner wins the race, right? That is where the competition ends. So since Nilay is faster here, who will win the race? Nilay will win the race. So now see, Nilay will win the race. It means Nilay will complete the 5000 kilometer 5 kilometer first, and at that point of time Mukesh would be somewhere far behind. So to cover 5 kilometer, now see, one round is 100 meter. One round of track is 100 meter. So 5 kilometer will be how many rounds? That will be 5000 meter upon 100 meter. So this becomes 50 rounds, right? So basically India has to take 50 rounds to win this competition. 50 rounds. Now see here. This is Nilay, this is Mukesh, right? So when Nilay has taken, now see, when Nilay is at the first end of first round, Mukesh will be somewhere behind. Before that, when the ratio of speed of Nilay and Mukesh is 7 is to 4, this means that when Nilay completes 7 round, Mukesh would have completed 4 round. This we can say, right? Because they are running simultaneously, they starting simultaneously running for the same time. So when the time is constant, the the distance covered would be the ratio of the speed. So therefore, the distance covered by Nilay will be 7 round. So at the same time, the distance covered by Mukesh will be 4 rounds, right? By 1 round, I mean the distance D, which is this is D. Now, when Nilay completes 7 round, where is Nilay? When Nilay completes first round, he is at 4 Ninay first round he is at Q. When he completes second round he is at P. When he completes third round he is at Q again. So all the odd number rounds are at Q. So Ninay would be at Q. Mukesh even number, so he will be at P, right? He will be at P. Similarly, when Ninay finishes 14th round, 14th at the end of the 14th round, 14th round even, so he will be at P point. Mukesh would be at end of his 8th round, so that is again at P. So now see here, here they are at the same point P, right? So basically, so basically here they are at same point. Now the this also means that when Ninay completes 21 round, Mukesh should have completed 12 round. So at the end of 21 round, Ninay would be at the point Q and Mukesh would be at point P, right? At the end of 28 round of Ninay, Mukesh would be at 16 round, right? Which is at P. So this way. Now see here what happens. When both in this case, both are at the same point P. When Ninay covers at the end of 14th round, Ninay is at P and Mukesh is at also P. So now the next round, now they will start towards Q. Both will be starting towards Q at this point of time. So Ninay will be in his, we will always see from the perspective of the faster runner. So Ninay will be in his 15th round. Ninay will start the 15th round, and in the 15th round Ninay will not meet Mukesh. Why? Because this we have seen that when they are starting from the same point, Nineveh will take the lead from the right away. So in the 15th round, Nineveh will not meet, no meeting. Similarly, here they are at opposite ends, so they will meet. But here they are at the same end. So now the 29th round of Nineveh will have no meeting, right? Will have no meeting. And here before, as soon as the race start, the first round of Nineveh, right, race starts here, N and M both. So first round also Nineveh will right from the time t is equal to 0 take a lead, and hence there will not be any meeting in the first round of Nineveh. So here also no meeting. So see, what we can say, there's a sequence here: the first round, the 15th round, 29th round, then it's all after this a difference of 14, 43rd round. So all these rounds there would not be any meeting. So and how many total round? What is the total number of round which Nineveh will be taking? Nineveh will be taking 50 rounds to win. So of the 50 round, the first round of Nineveh, the 15th round of Nineveh, the 29th round of Nineveh, and 43rd round of Nineveh will not see any meeting with Mukesh. So therefore, and and what we know that Nineveh being a faster runner will meet exactly one time the slower runner in all of his rounds. So total meet would be what? So I can write here that number of meetings will be what? Total number of round, that is 50. Total rounds is 50 minus those rounds where the meeting does not happen because both are starting from the same point. That is the first. That is total 4 cases, right? Total 4 cases. So 50 minus 4 is 46 meetings. So basically 46 meetings happen. So 46 meeting happen. So 46 green cards would have been given by Niraya to Mukesh. So this is the answer to this question, right? 46 meetings. I just repeat this question once again for the sake of clarity. Here what has been given? The total distance, total race is of 5 kilometer on a track of 100 meter, right? This is given, D is equal to 100 meter. So that is one round is 100 meter. So therefore, how many rounds? Total 50 round has to be taken. 50 round of this PQ length. Now Ninay takes 2 minutes to cover one round of track. Mukesh takes 3.5 minutes to complete one round of track. So the ratio of speed will be inverse of the time. So therefore, Ninay speed if it is 7, so Mukesh's speed will be 4. So the ratio of speed is 7 is to 4. So now, what does this mean? It means that Ninay is faster and Ninay will complete the 50 round of the race first and he will win the race. So let us see in the perspective of the faster runner, which is Ninay. So when Ninay completes the 7th round, by then Mukesh would have completed 4th round. When Ninay completes 14th round, Mukesh completes 8th round. And at the end of each of the rounds, where are the two runners, that also I have written in bracket. Ninay would be at Q, Mukesh would be at P. In the second here, it is at P, both are at the same end. So therefore, this way we can see here. But now see, we can get a pattern here that here in this case, the 14th after 14th round, Ninay will be at point P, and after 8th round, Mukesh will be at point P. Both are at P, and then they will be moving towards Q after this. So that is in the 15th round, Ninay will be moving towards Q, and ninth round of Mukesh will be moving towards Q. But in this round of 15th round of Ninay, there would not be any meeting because it's obvious that starting from the same point, Ninay would have taken the lead right at the beginning, and therefore there would not be any meeting in this round. Similarly, in the after 28th round, that is in 29th round, there would not be meeting, and therefore we form a sequence that is 1, 15, then plus 14, which is 29, then plus 14, which is 43. So therefore, total 4 meetings will not happen. So out of the total 50 rounds, 4 rounds of meeting does not happen. So 46 meeting happens between the two, and that is the answer to this question. Now question number 7 we will see similar nature is slightly more concepts being asked here. Given that Amar and Shiv starts with a speed of 5 meter per second and 3 meter per second respectively from point P and Q, the two ends of a racetrack, and continue to and fro race, that is, after reaching the opposite ends they reverse the direction and so on. When they meet for the fifth time, they meet at a distance of 25 meter from Q. Find the length of the racetrack. If the race is of 5 kilometer, how many times will they meet and how many distinct points do they meet? Further, at what distance from P will they meet when Amar is in his 19th round? So there are many questions, many sub-part of this. So let us first try to comprehend the problem. What does it say? It says that there is a racetrack P and Q. Amar and Shiv starts with a speed of 5 meter per second and 3 meter per second respectively from point P and Q. So Amar starts from here and Shiv starts from here, right? At a speed of 5 meter per second. And Shiv starts with, Shiv runs with 3 meter per second. And they run in a to and fro race, that is after reaching Q, Amar will revert back to P, and after reaching Q, Shiv will revert back towards P, and this pattern will continue. So when they meet for the fifth time, right, they meet at a distance of 25 meter from Q. So this question should be done now. This is easy because this we have seen earlier, right? Fifth meeting. So total distance covered by Amar and Shiv at end of fifth meeting is what? Since their opposite direction, first meeting will be D, and then the subsequent 4 meeting will see 2D distance between them. So it becomes 9D, right? 9D distance, where D is the length of the track, PQ, right? So 9D distance. So of this 9D, what is the distance covered by Amar? Amar will be in the ratio of 5 by 8, 5 is to 3, so 5 by 8 into 9D. So this becomes 45D by 8, which is 5 whole 5 by 8d, right? 5 whole 5 by 8d. So basically what does this mean? That Amar, when he is in sixth round, he meets Shiv for the fifth time, right? That is what it gives. Sixth round means after having completed five round and then additional 5 by 8 distance. So where would be Amar at the end of fifth round? At the end of fifth round, at the end of first round, Amar is at Q. At the end of second round, Amar is at P. So fifth round, Amar would be at the S, and so in the sixth round, Amar would be starting from Q and moving towards P. So somewhere at M5 would be their fifth meeting point, and that is at a distance 5 by 8d from Q, and that is given as 25 meter, right? This is 25 meter from Q, right? So here we can find D is equal to nothing but 5 5 is a 540 meter. So this length D we have been able to find out, that is 40 meter. So find the length of the racetrack. This part we have been able to solve using the basic concept which we have seen in the question illustration 1, 2 and 3. Now after this problem says is a race is of 5 kilometer. How many times? So 5 kilometer. So that is 40 meter means one round. So 5 kilometers in 5000 meter means 1 by 40 into 5000 rounds, which is nothing but 125 rounds. So winner will have to take 125 round. And who will be the winner? That we know. Amar will be winner because Amar is faster here. So Amar, when takes completes 125 rounds, he will be the winner. So how many times will they meet and at how many distinct points do they meet? So distinct point. Let us first take the case of number of distinct points of meeting. So that is what here the ratio of speed of Amar to Shiv is what 5 by 3. So from here we can say that they will be meeting at 5 distinct points. This is fairly simple. This is the answer to this part. Distinct points do they meet. Now how many times they meet till one of them completes or finishes the race, wins the race, that we have to find, right? How many times they meet. So for that we will see here that when, now see, speed of Amar to speed of Shiv is 5 is to 3. So here we can say that Amar and Shiv, when Amar completes 5 round, Shiv completes 3 round. And now where would be Amar at the end of 5 rounds? So let us draw here. Amar starts from P and Shiv starts from Q, right? So at the end of first round, Amar would be at Q. So on the odd rounds, Amar would be at Q, and Shiv for at the end of first round will be at P. So at the end of all the odd number of rounds, he will be at P. So now second, after end of 10 rounds, Shiv will complete at that time 6 round. At the end of 10th round, Amar will be at P and Shiv will be at Q, right? Shiv will be at Q, right? Let us check once again. At the end of this fifth round, sorry, Amar starts from P, right? So at the end of the first round, he will be at Q. At the end of second round, P. Third round again Q. So this is fine here. Shiv at the end of first round at P, at the end of second round Q, third round again P. So this is fine. At the end of 10th round, Amar will be at P, right? Whereas at the end of sixth round, Shiv will be at the end of first round at P and the end of second round at Q. So at end of second round, he will be at Q. Now let us see for 15th round. At the end of 15th round, at the end of 15th round, he will be at Q, right? And he by then he will complete 9 round, and 9 round means at P. So it appears that they will never meet at same point, right? So here, then at the end of 20th round, that is a even number. So he will be at P, and here it is after when he is at the end of 20th round, C will be at the end of 12th round, and at the end of 12th round, he will be at Q. So therefore, we can say that at any given point of time, they are never at the same end, right? Any end, they are at the opposites end. So therefore, there are no cases where no meeting happens. I mean, there are no cases when the both get together at the same end, and therefore we can say that the number of meetings will be equal to number of rounds taken by number of rounds taken by faster runner, who is Amar. How many rounds he has taken? 125 rounds, right? We have seen this. How 125? 5000 upon the length of one round, which is D is equal to 40 meter. We calculated it in the previous page. So here it is 125 round. So on the 125 rounds of the faster runner, we'll see one meeting with the slower runner, who is Shiv here. So 125 is the answer here. Now, had there been any case where both, I mean, had this ratio been different, no, say suppose 5 is to 3, instead of that, say suppose 4 is to 3 was there, then in that case, there would have been a meeting. So if I change the question 4 is to 3, then this part 40 wouldn't change. So let us, I mean, not change that. But just for illustration, say that had the ratio been 4 is to 3, then there would have been many cases, various cases where they would have arrived at the same point at the same time. So therefore, the next round, there would not have been any meeting. So those rounds we would have to deduct from this 125, but that is not the case in the given question. So therefore the answer would be 125 here. Now the last is further, at what distance from P when they meet when Amar is in the 19th round, when Amar is in the 19th round. So here it's simple. Now say, see, when Amar is in 5th round, Shiv is in 3rd round. So when Amar is in at the end of 18th round, when Amar is at the end of 18th round, she would complete 3 by 5 into 18, which is 54 by 5 rounds. He would have completed, which is nothing but 10 whole 4 by 5 rounds, right? So after 18 rounds by Amar, when Amar completes 18 round, then he will go into 19th round. So basically, after 18th round of Amar, which means that the 19th round by Amar, first round will be from P to Q, second will be from Q to P, third will be from P to Q. So 19th will be also from P to Q, right? P to Q. the total distance covered would be, distance covered by Amar would be what, 18, 18 rounds means 18d he has covered. So 18d plus some distance x in the 19th round, right? 18d plus x. And in that time, distance covered by Shiv would be what? At the end of 10th round, he would have completed, at the end of, by the time when Amar completes 18 round, Shiv would have completed 10 whole 4 by 5 rounds, which is, that means that he has covered 10 rounds and then additional 4 by 5 round. So by 10 rounds means what? At the end of second round, she will be at Q. So at the end of 10th round, she will be at Q. So he would have taken additional 4 by 5 round from Q towards P, right? So distance covered by she would be 10d plus total distance d minus x, right? So that to obtain from Q to this. So the ratio, this ratio we will calculate, and that is the ratio of the speed. So ratio of speed 5 by 3 will be what? 18d plus x upon uh, 10d plus d minus x, which is 11d minus x. So this, if we solve, we get x is equal to d by 8, and here d is nothing but 40. So 40 by 8, that is 5 meter. So that is 5 meter from P. Why P? Because x we have assumed for PQ, from P to Q. Let us suppose that this is the x distance from P. Here they meet, right, in the 19th round. So that distance x is 5 meter. This is what we obtained. I just repeat this part. We have to find that in 19th round, when they meet, at what distance from P are they meeting. So let that distance be x. Now when Amar is in 19th round, it means that before that he would have completed 18 round, right? 18 round. So 18 rounds, on the completion of 18th round, he would be at a point P, right? And then in 19th round, he would have started from P towards Q, right? This is the position of Amar. And then at this point M19, he meets Shiv. So when he completed 18th round, that is when he is at P, at that time Shiv would have completed 3 by 5 into 18, right? Because the ratio of speed is 5 is to 3. So 54 by 5, that is 10 whole 4 by 5 round. So it means that when Amar is at point P, at that time Shiv is has covered 10 rounds. That is, he has covered, he arrived at Q, and then subsequently he also moved towards P by a distance of 4 by 5d, right? And 4 by 5d. So suppose, so at that time he was somewhere here, and then subsequently from here he moves toward this side Shiv, and Amar from A towards, I mean from P towards Q, and then they meet at M19, right? So that is the point here. Now let us see. So what is the distance? So, and now from the starting till this 19th meeting point, the ratio of the distance covered by them will be in the ratio of their speed. The ratio of their speed is 5 by 3. And what is the distance covered by Amar in so time, in this much time? So Amar would have covered 18d till this, and then this distance x, right? And Shiv would have covered this 10 whole 4 by 5 round plus certain distance, this much. What is that? That we do not know. So this is 4 by 5d. This is y, say suppose, right? Y. So distance covered by Shiv till the time they meet at the 19th point, 19th meet. So that will be 10d plus d minus x, right? Because here he completes 10d and then he reaches here. So that is d minus x here, 10d plus d minus x. So it becomes 11d minus x, and distance covered by Amar would be 18d plus x. So that ratio is nothing but 5 by 3. From here we will calculate x as d by 8, and that is nothing but 5 meters. So this is the answer to this question. I think this is the last problem for this session. So on the concepts pertaining to time, speed and distance on races on a linear tracks, whether those are simple races or to and fro races, that we have covered with all the concepts whatever pertaining to. And we have taken various examples which we have seen coming appearing in various examinations like CAT or JAT or some other MBA examinations. So with this in background, I hope you will be able to solve all the problems which appear on this concept. So let's see you in the next session on the next topic, which is the races on a circular track. So thanks for watching this video.